Hello, everybody. So yeah, my intentions here are to make a kind of like a CD out of all self help talks in the realm of Famous 15. This should be fun. Well, where should we begin with all this whimsically amazingness? I guess I'll start it off with a couple of my favorite self wrote quotes. One of them being do something as equivalently worthwhile as life with life. Now, a quote of that deepness of depth, you kind of got to look at it and analyze it and hear it a few times. So, once again, it's do something as equivalently worthwhile as life. Okay, so you have to look at life and how worthwhile it is. So, with your life. So, do something as equivalently worthwhile as life with life. So, you analyze like how valuable life is, and you try to figure out what is it that I could do that would be considered something as worthwhile as life with life. And it sounds like I gotta break down like how valuable life is and what's the most valuable thing to do with it. So I have this thing I call like the 12 or 13-minute speech. Um, I'm probably not gonna go into all of its components, but real quick, so I guess we have to ask ourselves what's the most valuable thing in the world, and by default, we understand that the most valuable thing in life would be life because there's nothing else that can match its value, as in, I mean, like, a mansion. If it could speak and think and talk, I think that it wouldn't want to be a mansion. I think that it would want to be a human. And that goes for anything that you can buy um, that has outrageous value currency wise. So, right off the bat, we understand that life is the most valuable thing out of all things. Now, next up, we have to we have to ask ourselves, what is the most valuable thing to do with life? So, if life is the most valuable thing in life, the most valuable thing to do with life would be to create that thing that is the most valuable thing. Now, creating a human being is a little out of my expertise. But what I consider to be alive versus living is, a fully updated consciousness that is, at its peak performance. And many of us are not at our peak performance by any means necessary. So, to help someone go from living to being viciously alive, to me, that would be creating life. And it just so happens to be that there's a lot of people living, but not a lot of people alive. So that really, I have quite the, football field of objects to choose from. And I just kind of wanted to say too, like this knowledge is not known really by anybody, and at the same time, like uh, 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 we should. It should. I guess what I'm trying to say is that to me it seems like fairly simple breakdown of life understanding. So do something that's equivalently worthwhile as life with life would be to create life, which would be taking people that are living but not necessarily alive and get them to living alive. Oh, and also, I'm pretty sure that um, we ourselves, we want to make the most out of our lives. So the most equivalently worthwhile thing as life with life would be to make your life as amazing as possible. And currently, I am considering it to be this, like, I'm trying to make the scientific most amount out of life. Scientific most out of life. And the second quote I probably should have brought forth a little bit sooner than this moment. But the second quote that I wrote that's of most profound value to me is real simple, straight to the point. We are a million times more amazing than we think we are. We can become a million times more amazing than we think we can. So if we're a million times more amazing than we think we are, wouldn't you think that, extreme measures need to be taken in order to get closer to not being a million times more amazing than we think we are, and become more well versed in understanding to our best degree how to combat being so far off of understanding how valuable we are? So very, very, very drastic measures must be taken in order to awaken this dumbfounding observation. So all in all, we are outrageously valuable, and we should try to do something outrageously valuable with our lives, since we've been given something so valuable. I don't see how you could argue with that. I mean, where is there to anywhere that there would be an argument that says what I said isn't one of the most fundamental basic principles of being alive? So that kind of means that whatever life we are living, until we have like a firm grasp in this new way of looking at things, I feel that the life that we are living is not really even, a valuable one to really want to put up a fight and continue to live that way. We should try to live another way, since we are as valuable as we are. So not everybody's gonna get this knowledge though, and if we do get this knowledge, and you know what I'm saying, and it sounds right to you, then I say shoot for the moon, because you miss, land amongst the stars. And and through understanding this technical advice, I believe that it has turned me into a greatest of all time, and that if anybody else had this same understanding and they were to as well go after it, it would as well make them a GOAT. There's a little bit of a process of elimination, but anything that anybody else has going on or whatever, that's them, and that's not as valuable to you, because you can't control what other people be up to. You know what I'm saying? They're going to choose whatever it is that they want to choose to do. Whereas you, for yourself, you have way more options of things that you can get yourself to do, like millions of more things. So if you have millions of times more availability within yourself than you do over other people, therefore other people aren't really all that and a bag of chips in comparison to you and all your choices and abilities that you have over yourself. So anything that anybody else, whoever anybody else is, you know what I'm saying, is not nearly as awesome as you, because you have a million times more things that you can do. I mean, like, Eminem is awesome, but how much control over Eminem do I have versus how much control I have over myself? I have way more things than I can do than what he can do through my own wishes. You know what I'm saying? I could see all these things, anything I want to do. Fucking, we kind of live in a king age as well, because if a king were to come back to this day and age, he would, and we were to take his kingdom away, I still think that he would feel like a king because of the amount of all this stuff that all these people do. They benefits, what I can have and what I can do. I mean, they fucking built roller coasters. You can have any fucking thing that you want to eat. I mean, they got a million TV shows. It's kind of it's a little bit ostentatious. All these things are provided to us as if we were kings. How convenient, right? Kings didn't even have it this good. And I would venture out to say that there are a million times more, interesting things that are provided, that are taking place, a million times more than what we currently can fathom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could list about 7 things or whatever that, like that we have now that a king didn't have back then. And, when in reality, there's millions of things that we have that a king doesn't have. So it's a little bit more vast than just, whatever it is I'm barely able to provide you with, being able to understand where I'm coming from. And so I believe that, Mr. G.O.D., whoever created us and stuff like that, is definitely, the angels and stuff that pay attention to us. And I'm pretty sure that we want to make that being happy. I believe that witnessing your creation having hardships, but overcoming and stuff like that is, probably his gasoline to, if he ever gets tired or whatever of all the work that he's putting in for us and stuff like that. All he's got to do is just, replay some of these sparkling moments in time, and it will remind him why, his entire family could be killed off or something like that, and he has us or whatever, but he would continue to, help us out and make sure that we are taken care of and stuff like that, even though he went through something hard. But moments like these or whatever, he would see them or whatever, and it would give him goosebumps and a sense of extreme pride. So I'm thinking that, this is the gas for the gods. Like, there practically isn't anything else that's more valuable than putting a smile on angels' faces and God's face. For some reason, I feel like that, that is one of the most valuable things to him, to them, to who we will become. And, since this is the most valuable advice that I believe a person can receive, I do believe that, this would be something that would be just as important as air to us. This is life right here, and for us to not examine it down to its roots, and make a class out of it and stuff, and make our lives revolve around this information that I've just spoken. Maybe start up a live Instagram or a Zoom in the morning or something a little late, and then throughout the day, I meant to say a meditation on kind of the things that we've just instilled in ourselves. And I think that by meditating on the facts of matter, it kind of downloads faster into our to our minds. And that's very necessary. It settles, you know what I mean. There's not as much bickery going on. We just accept and be grateful, and I think gratitude's probably gonna be a top one on the meditation in the morning for all this information. Um, Next, I kind of wanted to go into, uh, the main necessity of people coming together and sticking together and working together on these very important subjects. I think that one deer can recognize another deer, but you know, in order to start a whole thing up or something like that, there's so much more to it than just seeing one another. I just see like find the others, but what do we do once we find the others? There's a whole another aspect that needs to take place to actually any type of use to come out of the two recognizing one another and working together. And the extreme importance of another member to come into the group, to me, is like so huge. I think that's probably right up there with the most important thing, equivalently worthwhile as life with life. I think that having somebody else to work with on this information or whatever is just as important as the information, this new information that is being brought to our attention. So I'm just saying, like, everybody's involvement is so valued, and I just wanted to throw that there. So I do believe that